So in Palisade, Colorado, here we are. We just showed up. This is fantastic. This is some of the best times that we have on our road trips in Road Trip 2021. And what is it, a Thursday?
Yeah, can you believe that? Thursday night.
I know, Thursday, and a balmy 93 degrees here in Palisade. It's kind of humid and warm, but we're outside, and it's wonderful. As you know, the temperatures will drop. I was just looking at the temperatures, and it'll get down into the 60s at like 2 a.m., but that's a 30-degree fluctuation. And then Joe Talbott said that's why we have the most delicious juicy peaches right here.
Yes, sir.
in Palisade.
This whole western slope too, the peaches, the corn, the everything that you guys are doing on the western slope.
It's dinner time here at Palisade Cafe and Wine Bar. Myself, Greg Hollenbeck, Jay Parker behind the camera, and Brian Freeman, along with our friends Charles Talbott and Joe Talbott. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too.
As always.
As well.
We're ramping up for a big day tomorrow. We'll talk about that. And then also we have a new friend. Introduce yourself.
Howdy, I'm James with Carboy Winery out here in Palisade. We just got our first 11 acres of fruit in the valley, and just got invited a few minutes ago from the folks here, and happy to be along.
You brought a little gift too, but we rushed inside to keep it nice and cool for us. Which thank you for the gift. It was funny when you pulled up. Said it's James, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that must be James because no one else around here is running around in a Range Rover except for the Carboy guys. So welcome to the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
What do you do at Carboy?
So I am the managing partner at our fourth location here in the valley at Garfield Estates. We just purchased that, and like I mentioned earlier, it's our first actual vines that we're growing here, and it's 11 acres of vines. We have a tasting room, and we're setting that up to begin serving Carboy wines here in the next couple of months.
Oh, my God.
Wow,
how cool is that?
Yeah.
And I know everybody, we're from Denver, the Modern Eater Show, and just in love with it. Everybody in that organization, what a classy organization. Craig Jones, just a great friend of ours, too. But whether it's the Logan Street location at Carboy or in Littleton or even in Breckenridge, what a great addition right here in Palisades. So good to meet you.
Yeah, likewise.
That's fantastic.
Thank you for having me.
Talbott boys, man, we need to catch up with you guys, right?
Absolutely.
So we're going to be here until Saturday morning, and then we're going to head to Paonia Hotchkiss. We're doing a 1,600-mile loop in 21 days in just Colorado. Not going all the way to the East Coast, not going to the West Coast and back, just in Colorado, 21 days. And the agriculture and the agritourism and just the ranches, farmers, brewers, distillers, winemakers, cider makers. Just a pleasure to catch up with every single year, Brian, which is fantastic. I'll scoot back a little bit so people can see you too.
Well, and don't you notice it, though, Greg, on the drive? One thing I would say is we've been doing this tour for 4 years, like what Greg had said there. Every time you drive through...
Yeah.
We are doing excellent. Thank you.
I'll take
more?
Take...
Yeah.
just whatever he's having.
You guys have the blonde.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
So where I was going with this is every time we drive through Glenwood Canyon, you really notice the difference year after year. We've driven through with fires. We're about to go down again this year down to Durango, and there's fires east of Durango right now. There's just every single year we see something different. We've seen a lot of water, no water, back to no water again. But you really notice it in the terrain.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's the big thing for me.
It's usually always around temperature and water. Temperature, water.
Yeah.
Gosh, it seems to me like it's pretty lush and green here in Palisade, and that's at first blush, but you're saying the water table's pretty low, huh?
Yeah, so we didn't get the water that we had hoped in snowpack this year. We're going to get through the year, and we're going to be all right, but we are tight. And us being a high mountain desert growing region, we could not survive without the canals here in the valley, and we run off both snow melts from the Grand Mesa, and then in extreme we can pull a certain level from the river. And we haven't had a pull from the river yet, but that's when we know that times are getting bad.
Tight.
So,
What's your take on this new, there's the water laws. We're at a really awkward place, I think, there. They're sort of up for negotiations right now.
Yeah.
And this is the first time in almost 200 years something since these laws were set. How is that affecting you here? Are you guys do you have any skin in that game?
We're preparing for that game.
Okay.
I think when you're rewriting water law, you're looking at a 5 to 10 year process. It's not going to happen overnight. And everyone's got a lobbyist, everyone's got a finger in it, everyone's got something to figure out. The big thing with Colorado is we supply 4 other states with water. What are we willing to supply outside the state? What are we willing, when you look at the Front Range, a lot of that water gets moved to the Front Range. It doesn't naturally flow to the Front Range. So as we're revisiting all these, you got to think about population, and you got to think about farming, and you got to think about ranching, and where to allocate those water resources. I do not have the answer. But it is a stress coming up. Are we going to be able to continue farming in Western Colorado? And I know that, Colorado Farm Bureau and a bunch of other organizations are starting to prepare those plans and put those things forward to try to make sure that we have a sufficient amount of water. I feel sorry for some of the farms 45 minutes south of us that rely on the snow melt and rely on the reservoirs, and we're now getting to a point where we've had a 5-year drought, and they don't know if they're going to have water to get them to the end of the year. And that's a big concern, especially farming fruit. You run out of water, you stress the fruit. The fruit doesn't taste any better.
And then years of that, it just will destroy it.
And we've taken steps as an organization, as has the majority of the farmer and ranchers here on the Western Slope, is we've moved a lot of our system from furrow irrigation to microjets, which uses a third of the water that we traditionally use in the past. So we're taking those steps, and the biggest thing we look at and we encourage is, as population in Colorado grows, people are also responsible for water as well.
Yes.
And that they become responsible, and they think about that 30-minute hot shower and what that's actually costing the rest of Colorado. So it's stressful times. And, my grandpa always talked about 10-year droughts. We got 10 years with water, we got 10 years without water. And I think we're in that time where we just don't have a lot of water.
Wow. I mean, that 5 minutes of that was fantastic, kind of just the update. But you've got to be very well versed in that. And your interest in that. We have the chef.
What's going on?
Look at this, chef.
How y'all doing? Charles, what's happening?
Good. What's going on, chef?
Nothing. I get to talk on the microphone?
Yes, sir.
Put me on the spot out here tonight.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, this is very cool.
Oh, you're fine. Talk to that microphone here for a second.
Do I have to push the button right?
Nope.
All right.
What's your name?
Here? Hi, my name's Chad Griffith.
Hey, Chad, I'm Greg.
Hi, Greg.
This is Brian.
Hi, Brian.
You know these
Nice
guys?
to meet you.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Dinner here. And that'll take us. First of all, this elk burger is delicious. I've kind of felt like the odd man out as everybody's getting down over here, but it's for 2. I'm the fifth wheel. So
I could have done one of those for 3.
Would you have done that? That's sweet. But I'm going to dig in. I'm going to get into
the elk
this.
burger's killer, huh?
It is so good.
Nice. It comes from Montrose. I got a food
Really?
processor. I got a food processor, Kinnikin, out of Montrose that I get all my elk from.
Man.
Nice. So it's a local elk. That's cool.
Yes, and same with the carne paella. All of the beef comes from Homestead, out of Delta. And then on the weekends we do brunch. I get elk sausage from Kinnikin and pork breakfast sausage from Homestead as well. All our beef burgers are from Homestead, and they make this killer. They grind prime ribs for me, and I got this prime rib burger with crab.
I can tell you have a passion for food and also local ingredients, too.
Well, sure.
Kind of what the Modern Eater is all about is we love to travel the state and talk to the local producers and link them up with the chefs as much as we can connect dots. But when you sit down, you start talking about our passion. It's basically the taste or the terroir of the region. What's the terroir that you have to work with here in Palisade?
Oh my God, it's endless.
Hey, it is. It really is.
I mean, I got killer neighbors that grow all these killer peaches.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little vineyard, so I'm trying to grow some grapes out there.
Wow.
God, I deal with, 6, 7 different farmers.
Mm-hmm.
I got Blaine, I got Green Junction.
Blaine, the tomato guy.
I got a guy, Kyle from Back Porch, up in Mesa. He's got killer lettuces and cabbages and all these Asian greens that grow really well up there.
Do you work with Scott and Jess at Field of Pork?
A little bit, not as much as I'd like to.
Gotcha.
Well,
Scott
they've
and Jess,
moved
come
a
on.
little bit. Well, Scott and Jess have actually have been moving away from the restaurant model and trying to plug
Exactly.
But
restaurants
you can still
into
go
their
to
CSA.
to the farm store, right?
My
Do that?
well, I live next to these guys, so I just go there.
I don't blame you.
I cheat, and I got all these farmers that just show up at my door. So, like Maria's farm, every Sunday, her father shows up at the back door and says, "Hey, what do you want?"
Uh-huh.
And I see what he has, and
What do they usually have?
oh, I get these Armenian cucumbers and these melons. I get all kinds of cantaloupes and, geez, I'm drawing a blank on the Crenshaw melons from them.
Oh, really? They're doing melons over here.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Man, and then chilies. He's got all kinds of killer chilies, from jalapenos, poblanos to Big Jims and Anaheims. I mean, you name it.
Where are you from, Chef?
Well, the past 20-something years, I was in Summit County.
Where are you?
Lived in Georgetown, worked in the mountains, graduated culinary school in Keystone, and been cooking my whole life.
I'm surprised we've never ran across you before. What a pleasure. Palisade Cafe and Wine Bar.
Food Heads. You ever heard of Food Heads? In Frisco, catering company.
Have you, bro?
Dave
Food
Welch
Heads?
was the
Yeah.
chef there. He had the best restaurant in Colorado 3 years in a row when he was working at Keystone. And then he got his own restaurant, and I worked with him for a number of years. We did full-service restaurant lunch and dinner. And that and the catering took off. We had to choose. We went with catering. In the past, I don't know, 5-6 years, I've done catering for hundreds to thousands of people, anywhere from breakfast for minors for 500 people at 4 a.m. to caviar and bellinis and lobster in somebody's house for 5 people.
And that was out of Frisco.
Yes.
Nice, nice. Yeah, Vinny is a good friend.
Oh,
as
nice.
well.
I know
He's
Vinny.
a great guy.
Yeah.
You know, boys. I mean, this.
I know, man.
Describe this dish right here. This is what This is what people come for.
The paella?
Yeah.
Oh, it's killer. I have a specialty company that I get a lot of Spanish cuisine from. I got bomba rice, which is our traditional rice you use in a paella. I'm getting a chorizo from them as well, which is an uncooked chorizo. It's a paella chorizo. I get mussels, scallops, clams, and calamari in the seafood. And then in the carne, it's chorizo chicken and homestead beef.
Wow. I'm sure you're working all day tomorrow, but we're going to go do some farm tours.
Cool.
I ask you to come along, but right now there's just such a shortage of help at restaurants. I'm sure you're working
Oh, my God. Yeah.
4 people's jobs in there. How was tonight?
1 or 2.
Yeah.
I'm not too bad. It was a little exciting.
It was popping
I'm a
in
couple
here
guys down.
earlier.
I had
Yeah.
a guy that was sick, and then another guy that had a couple days off yesterday and today.
That hangover
So-
flu gets you a lot of times.
Actually, he asked for it prior. He's a smart young man. He's like, my buddy's birthday is on Wednesday.
Yeah, let me get it off.
So I need Wednesday, Thursday off, chef. And he requested it about 3 weeks ago. I'm like, you're smart.
You want to hear us brainstorm of what we're going to do tomorrow?
Sure, what are you
All
doing?
right. We'll hold you up for a couple more seconds. You're probably winding down the kitchen, huh?
We're just cleaning stuff up, yeah. I'll
Cool.
see how much Bubby gets done when I get back.
All right, let's brainstorm. We were just talking to Patrick a little bit earlier from Sauvage Spectrum, right?
Nice.
In this, there's places that we want to make sure that we see, but we love to just leave it into the hands of the experts of the region. Where should we? Obviously, we're going to take it toward Talbot's tomorrow, right? And there's a lot that people need to learn about some changes that are happening. And we want them to see just the great things. And you guys have so many exciting things in the future. And in capable hands with the two of you. Actually, look out. It's going to get dangerous, the sheriff's in town. But what should we do tomorrow?
It all depends on where we're starting. Are we starting food and beverage? Are we starting straight to the grower?
Let's think of our ingredients. Yeah. So what would be some growers we could go see?
Spread across the valley, there's multiple growers. As far as what is going currently and right now
Yeah.
from grown in this region,
Uh-huh.
your vegetable farmers are going to be your first to visit. Okagawa Farms would be an incredible farm. We just did last year we did a collaboration cider with them.
Okay.
And we took their Hatch Green chilies and put it in a cider.
Nice.
This year we took their habaneros and we put it in a cider. So they're awesome to work
That's
with.
what I love.
They
this
provide a
collaboration.
ton of our ingredients.
Mhm.
DeVries,
Mm-hmm.
awesome. farm to stop by. And they have a lot of vegetables starting to come out in harvest currently.
Sold. I want to do that for sure.
Is there anything you would suggest, Jeff?
Blaine.
Oh, Blaine, of course.
Blaine's tomatoes
Absolutely.
are just to die for.
He's like a legend.
He is a legend, yes. And the coolest, calmest guy you've ever met, really. He's just so chill.
More than you?
Yeah.
You seem to be pretty damn chill.
That's why we get along great, because he'll come in and deliver food, and I'm usually the last one, and we'll have a beer together and shoot the poop.
That's good, man.
Stuff
You
like
are
that.
just cool. So.
Well, yeah, I
we-
mean, you got to be in with the guys that are cooking your food, especially as a chef, because I mean, they're growing your food.
Well, it almost sounds like we should take you with us
He's
to
got
go
to work.
talk. Yeah.
Green Junction is another couple of folks I like to hang out with. They have a CSA. They're pretty close to Blaine's.
Yeah.
They have a CSA, and anytime they have anything left over, they just give me a call or text me.
Love to catch
Usually
up
on
with them.
Mondays, I get texts from about 4 or 5 different farmers.
We want to come see
And
you
then I
too,
gotta
James. Is that
Yeah.
a possibility tomorrow?
Totally. Yeah.
We'd love to put that on the agenda.
We're working as Garfield Estates.
Okay.
Still, but
Is there anything to see? I understand there were a lot of vines that needed to be yanked this year.
we replanted about 75% of the vineyard.
Yeah.
And much of what wasn't replanted was cut back to the roots because of the freeze we had last October. So the vineyard's just now starting to come in. However, some of our cold hardies, like our Zweigelt, is doing really well. It's thriving. It didn't even understand the cold weather that came through.
Nice.
And so we're serving some wines, and including that Zweigelt still.
So we can see James, and then we'll see Talbott, and then we have to go see our friends over there at Sauvage Spectrum. See there.
Absolutely.
So there's 3, and then at Blaine from Blaine's Tomatoes. Catch up with him. That's 4 already, and then we want to cook out tomorrow night. We like to, so we're touring around this RV. We thought it would be a cute segment because we have a grill, a smoker, a griddle. What else do we have? We've got all kinds of cooking equipment for that RV.
Fire ring.
RV cooking tonight? Of course we're cooking tonight on the RV.
Right.
So outdoor cooking, and this is the time. Everybody's heading out right now. If just COVID, people were inside. Now everybody's outside,
Oh, yeah.
which is really cool. It's flooding it right now. We got
Oh,
a couple
yeah.
of gifts. You like local items, and
I love local items.
and Colorado. Have you heard of
Thank you.
Sawatch? They're a artisan foods company in Colorado Springs, but they specialize in butter and some cheeses. But I think we
Yes, and actually all of their milk and dairy comes from the Sawatch Valley, I do believe.
check it out. Here's some butter for you, chef,
Oh, sweet.
and some
nice.
baby Gouda.
I've tried. I deal with a company, What Chefs Want, and they actually have these folks. I've gotten their cheese curds and their queso fresco.
Have you really?
Amazing. Their queso fresco was killer. Yes, this What Chefs Want company I deal with, it has a regional section, and you just type on regional, and it's just hundreds of products, and cruise through there. And actually, I was finding this before my rep knew.
So
My rep was
Spencer-
like, "Yeah,
Spencer
I just got
Lomax
it."
probably came down and paid you a visit. That's probably who your rep. Zach.
Zach is who I deal with.
Speaking of Zach Johnston, the spice guy. Right below that was another gift for you, but that's all you're going to need for your outside barbecue needs. There's a
Nice.
bunch of grilling spices for you.
Oh,
but
I love
think you'll-
grilling.
They're all very regional to Colorado. Read the names off on those. Can you see them, Chef?
I think so.
Check
What's
out the
that?
names of these spices. It's pretty cool.
Let's see. We got the Summit Steak and Veg.
And they're right on the bottom.
Yeah, and if you were in Summit County, I wonder if you ever met Zach Johnson.
Yeah, I used to buy spices from him. Actually.
See him on the bottom, chef, of the packaging, I'm pretty sure.
Inside.
Keep
Oh, no,
spinning.
on the
There it is.
on
You
the
see
box.
that's the Midnight Toker, Chef.
Midnight Toker.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Right.
So that's
Cool.
a
And
little gift.
the Colorado Campfire and the Palisade Peach Barbecue.
Yeah, in front of you is the best cooking oil you can possibly have, and that's from Colorado Mills, and that's a sunflower oil. The burn rate's about 500,
Sweet.
but it's just so
You-
clean, and it lets your food taste like the food,
Right.
not the oil a lot of times. And
That's
Well,
my
and that's-
trick.
Yeah.
You just let good food do its work.
Totally.
And it makes it easy on a chef. If you buy good product, you have happy guests.
yeah, absolutely.
And here it's easy. I mean, you just buy killer products. And
So there's a couple little gifts as we
Excellent.
tour
Thank
around.
you
We
very
want to make
much.
sure
This is beautiful.
local follows with us, but those are some great local
You tell Zach, the spice guy, said hi.
Well, you
It's
tell him
been
right
a
now.
number.
Zach's probably going to be watching. Say hello. Hey, Zach.
It's been a while,
We're
man.
going to use
It's
the
cool.
spices. Okay, so we've
Wow.
got.
Yeah, because he's a Summit guy, and that's why you know him.
What time do you open for lunch?
11.
Maybe we come bug him for lunch.
Sounds good to me.
Right? I got a trout po' boy that's pretty killer. Wine Bar burgers, one of our signatures hamburgers. It's an elk burger with caramelized onions and blue cheese. I got a salmon tostada that's pretty killer with pickled cabbage and a citrus sour cream and a house-made red chili sauce.
You've got a charcuterie board on your starters or your.
Yeah, same with lunch. Same thing.
Same with lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then
to
I
see.
just switch it up with
What's on the board?
right now, I got a Barico chorizo, a jamon, and a smoked chorizo.
Don't
but
sit
I'm
around. Say hi. Wave.
well, I'm also working on getting some summer sausage from Kinnikin. Should be delivered here in the next couple days.
Well, what's cool though, Greg, I don't know if you saw it. He's got a veggie charcuterie plate as well.
What's on pickles? A lot of ferments.
And yeah, and more like hummus and some of those items. Carrot sticks,
Don't hate that at all.
cucumbers, stuff like that. Oh, did he? Hi, Zach.
Oh, Zach's from Colorado Mills,
Right on.
and they rock. They're just a great.
Yeah, that's out of Lamar, Colorado, down in the south.
Right.
So these guys singing your praises. So I said, where do we have to go eat tonight? And they said, here. What'd you say? Arguably be. What did I just say?
I said it's arguably the best steak
That's
in
how
the
you
Grand
say it.
Valley.
By the way.
I can't say that.
Arguably. Arguably.
We've been traveling.
Yeah.
We've been traveling. We're
But I think
Right.
that best steak comes to local meats, and chef got me to come down here, and he was like, "Dude, I'm telling you, you gotta try the sirloin." And I tried it, and this is probably the only place in the valley I'll get steak. It is just
good.
spot on.
Man, that's
Well aged, yeah. They have killer meat, yeah.
That's a testimony. We'll cut that piece out. You can put that on your social media. Do you have a Facebook where people can see you?
No, I don't. The restaurant does. I don't. I got time. I don't have time. I got to cook, bro. I ain't got time for social media.
We're trying to help your
Kidding me?
business, chef, not you. We're not trying to get you a date.
Go
We're trying to
with the
get you
Palisade
customers.
Cafe. Yeah, don't tell my
Yeah,
Palisade Cafe and Wine Bar
yeah.
should be the Facebook. I'm not gonna lie. I don't check it though.
You
I
don't-
just cook. I just cook.
We take pictures. We'll put a lot of stuff on there for you, man.
I'm a home brewer and I cook, man. That's what I
You're
do.
a home brewer?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Just
What got you
on the side.
started?
My dad.
Oh, your dad. I
Yeah.
thought you were just I read Charlie Papazian's book, man, like every other.
No,
home brewer started.
my dad got me into it, and I've been cooking for a while. And then when we made it, I was like, "It's that easy? Like, why haven't I been making this for a while?"
What's the
Well, now you're going to
And
be a venter. You're going
now
to be
I'm-
a home venter.
Yeah, I just grew up like to drink good beer. I mean,
speaking of good
and
beer,
it's cost effective when you make it yourself.
got great beers on tap. Your bar program.
Right.
What are some of the things? Obviously, you use these local purveyors.
Well, Palisade Cafe, we try to be as much Palisade as we possibly can. So all of our beers on tap are from Palisade Brewery. A lot of our alcohol is from the Peach Street Distillery right across the street.
Thanks,
and,
Dave. Thanks,
and
Bill.
obviously our wines come from as close as we can. I mean, all of our wines are from the valley. We don't carry anything that's not from the valley.
People appreciate it, I'm sure.
We have some from Paonia. Alfred Eames is from the Paonia area, but it's still Colorado. So we're the
One of
only.
the things that makes them different too is they get very engaged with the producer. So during the fall and winter, Palisade Cafe hosts a significant amount of wine dinners where they actually bring in the winemaker, they bring in the owners, and they show the different wines that are produced by that winemaker. But it's basically a month of spotlighting this winery and pairing it with these dishes.
Yeah, we'll do a 5 to 6 course wine pairing with their wines, with what wines they decide or we decide on as a group, and 50, 60 people, and do a nice big dinner for them.
Do you like pairing with spirits ever?
Oh, I like pairing with all of it. Yeah, I mean, I don't have an issue.
I like
man.
drinking,
I like,
man.
I like food. I like beer. I like it's great. Yeah, it's all about it. Yeah, and I like the test of it all too.
Greg, I gotta ask. Don't you think this vibe is just really relaxing?
I needed this. tonight.
We've been traveling around. It's really felt busy,
Uh-huh.
but it's a different. It's something different. I gotta say, we were in Breckenridge last night. Wonderful people at the Breckenridge Distillery, but this is just I feel like we
Thanks, folks.
slipped right into a hammock. And you said Cabo San Lucas. You know,
It's warm out.
it's
tonight.
90 degrees.
It is warm, but
Yeah.
Almost what 9:30 at night.
Chef, turn the AC on out
Yeah,
here.
jeez, I wish, man. I wish.
But it's just so thank you because
problem.
the food was incredible.
I can't stop picking.
The atmosphere is just really relaxing. So I
Nice.
appreciate that. And everyone and James, Joe and Charles, you guys, thank you. This has just been incredible. I want
think,
more.
I think that's the one highlight that makes Palisade a lot different than most other communities across the state of Colorado. It is a slower paced life. It is a slow down. We're focused on family here, and we want everyone that comes to this valley to feel like family. So if you can take a break, grab a beer, eat some food, everyone relax. Is how we finish every day. We work long, hard days, and we finish it with family over a great meal and a great beer.
Or wine.
Or wine, of course. Of course.
First
It's
one.
true. Lots of that around.
Not gonna throw cider in there. Come on.
right?
You know what I'm
How come I haven't heard of this green chili cider now?
Well,
Oh,
when you're ready for it, that or the peach habanero cider.
All right.
That one's that's become our number one draft at the tap house
All
currently.
right. I got to jump over there, man. I got to ride the bike down the street.
That's why you haven't heard of it.
Can I've been
Too busy
I'm
cooking.
so sorry. I know. I'm trying to get my garden together. Jesus.
We're able to spend the night at our friends. You've got to hook up for our RV. We'll stay out there tonight. We'll get at it early tomorrow. We'll get some rest tonight. Catching up, there's going to be a lot that you'll be able to hear. Speaking of working, you guys have been out there and you just pulled off a great music festival, building a stage, which I think is killer. The view is great up there. You're going to learn more about the tasting room and the production facility. Last time we were here last year, I thought we had a wonderful tour, but we didn't get any of the audio on it. It broke my heart, and Jay felt terrible about it too. We're going to redeem ourselves tomorrow with that, and we've got some more stops. So you can check us out, themoderneater.com, and again, it's 21 days, all in state. This is day 4. Tomorrow will be day 5, and it'll be Friday. Looking forward for you to seeing all of this, but we put out so much content today, and we were in Weld County before we got to Breckenridge yesterday and did a show from Breckenridge Distillery. That was so much fun, being in the dark arts room and then the Founders Lounge. It was just a treat to be able to see all of that.
Yeah.
Check out our schedule and see where we'll be next, but our summer solstice party in Paonia will be real fun, and then we're going to head down to Telluride, Durango, through the San Luis Valley, through into Walsenburg, and then into some cattle territory, and then into Lamar and see some Colorado Mills sunflowers, and then back into Pueblo and see some chilies, and then Colorado Springs, and then we'll head up to Victor, Colorado on the 4th of July.
Dude, you're too skinny
great
for this tour,
celebration.
dude.
I'll tell you what, this right here, I'm sitting here thinking about this burger, and I want to get that other half. Usually I save it. This elk burger is by far delicious. Anytime you're here,
Nice.
pick up this elk burger. It's fantastic. I love this too, you guys, but this was fantastic. I'm not.
I'm sold on the paella.
Yeah,
it was
I like that
unbelievable.
paella.
It's the best paella I've had
Yeah.
here in the
Thanks.
U.S. So
We've got more eating and drinking to do. Chef, thanks for your time.
No problem. Thank you, guys. This is a wonderful thing.
Got some delicious
No, some good from the
ingredients
Salach
for you to,
folks.
do
Yeah,
that.
I haven't had the Gouda yet. I've been itching to try it, though.
Well,
Thank
there
you.
it is, man. James, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And thanks for first of all, talk about what you brought. I wish it was in front of us. It would have been a great little toast right now to have.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Definitely.
What are you doing, Jay?
So what I had brought was what we had bottled 2 weeks ago, which is the Carboy Sparkling Charmant or Sparkling Rosé Tempranillo, made in the Charmant method. And so it is our first pass at making a sparkling Charmant style wine, and served chilled, nice and cold on a hot day. Goes really well. Spicy food, it goes well. Burger, it goes well. Just about anything. And
So James, let me put you on the
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
It's your first attempt. How
First
do you
pass.
rate it? How do you rate it?
I rate it as, in terms of first attempts go.
You always got to do 7, man. You always just whether 8.
Nice.
You got the 8 going on here.
So we have some, the hardest part of the entire thing, and our winemaker and our wine team was the bottling of this, because it was our first attempt and we had to work on some kinks, but they did a phenomenal job, and they blasted through that. I guess it was maybe 500 gallons or so of that, and got it done in about a week and a half, and hopefully we can have a little taste of it here in a few minutes.
Oh man,
And I would second that, because Ty, Zach, and Craig were just in town, and they brought me down a bottle, and I'm telling you, for our first attempt, it seems like they've been doing it for a long time.
Oh man, Ty Zog, man.
Very, very good.
Dude, Ty Zog, I can't wait to see you again. I always love catching up with Ty
Those
Zog.
guys at Carboy, I'm part of their wine club. I love it. And
I remember the night you signed up.
Yeah, I look forward to my allotment. I go down there and get it. I mean, it's just I'm a big.
You paid your
59
dues?
there. Oh gosh, yeah.
All right,
yeah, I'm a
good.
59.
No more
is
wine for
my-
you.
Is what I like.
Yeah, no doubt.
Bin 59 is a great one, yeah.
Yeah.
Dudes, we'll see you guys in the morning, right? I mean, we're going to go over there, hang out, and then tomorrow morning, we're all yours, but we're going to have a busy day. So stay tuned this whole time. We'll do some impromptu Facebook Lives and keep you updated along the way, but looking forward to some great tours tomorrow. Sounds like we're going to have to stay hydrated, though. There's going to be a little bit of drinking going on.
And drinking.
A little bit of drink going on, and then delicious food. What a total surprise, Chef. This is outstanding, and I really can tell you from the bottom of my heart, if you come here to Palisade, you're going to want to eat at Palisade Cafe and Wine Bar. Thanks again, dude.
Anytime.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Chef. Okay, we're going to break it off, and Jay, as always, boy, a lot of traveling today. We'll see you tomorrow, the Modern Eater Show. We continue.